ever notice how your friends can influence your life decisions, right? They're there for some of our best and our worst decisions. I think it's also important to remember that toxic relationships can hold us back from our actual path, our actual destiny. So on the other side of that, right, we got our positives and we got our negatives, right? Quotes, affirmations, storytelling are great methods, non-medicinal methods to help us shift our mindset. And in today's motivational moment, I'm going to share more of a reflection than an actual story, but a reflection of that served as a reminder of why it's important to learn how to identify the people who are holding us back, right? The people who are holding us back, and how to identify the people that we need to attract so that we can live that healthier, positive life. So let's jump in with our quote. Put yourself on mute. Now, that quote is actually taken from the wonderful, the wise, the very hilarious Michelle Shields. And here's three things I want you to remember. Number one, your life is yours to live. Number two, be selective about who you invite in your life. And number three, listen to the voices of those selective people. Because we want to remember the people you surround yourself with will significantly, oh, got a little excited, will significantly impact your mindset, your habits, and your overall success. So having the right circle of people around you is going to boost your confidence, right? It's going to be motivational. It's going to be inspirational. It's going to help encourage you to develop new skills and new perspectives. My name is Maya D, and I would say that I'm a storyteller by trade. I do so through dance, and in more recent times, I've been doing it in writing. I like to share these stories, these experiences, these reflections with an effort that we all grow better, stronger, happier, healthier, all the things. About 4 years ago, I began collecting quotes, like different quotes from wise women in my community and in the social media platform, right? And because I'm an avid journaler, I was writing the quotes down in the journal. So I was write on one side, write a quote down, and for whatever reason, I started to pair those quotes with affirmations. And I noticed that this, I'm not going to say weird, but I noticed this interesting thing was happening. There was starting to be synchronicity, some type of connection between the affirmations that and the stories, the experiences, the memories that were coming up. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. So I wonder like if other people will find it interesting, if other people will find it useful. So I started a blog, and the blog was just edited versions of my experiences, as edited versions of my thanks for joining. Edited versions of my reflections. So I wanted to share one of those reflections with you right now. So we're getting into our story time. Go ahead and get cozy if you can do so right now, or just feel free to um, let this play as you do something else in the background, just as like some type of white noise. I also encourage you to say hello, wave at someone, but also if questions come up, drop them in the comments below so that I can answer them, because maybe as I'm sharing, it charges, inspires something in you, and that exchange can help us all grow as great people. So go ahead and get cozy as we get into our story. First reminder, your life is yours to live. So the quote that we had earlier, that put yourself on mute, was taken from Michelle Shields and her stand-up, her Tell the Truth Tuesday, which was a series usually shot from her car. And she's sitting there in her car and she's like talking to somebody that you can't really see, but they're having this interaction, right? So it's comical, it's hilarious, it's making you feel good. And you laugh because you can relate. This is a big thing. Yes, I do a stream every day. This is a big thing because the role of the comedian, the role of the clown, the role of the masquerade is something not to be taken lightly. Even though we laugh at it, it is a very serious role. It comes with some important duties. Throughout history and throughout the world, these positions are special positions. Like there's a clown college, there's training in all of these things. So there is a level of seriousness, there's a level of intensity to this role of the comedy. So a true comedy puts our imperfections in a place for us to recognize them, to think about them, and to take action if we choose to. It puts our spaces of weakness in our face. And we laugh because we can relate to the thing. It playfully encourages reflection and growth in us. That's why it feels great to be in space with comedians, right? Because you get to reflect and you get to laugh all at the same time. So, number two, be selective of who you invite in. Be selective of who you invite in. Even now in this space, I see some really great comments and I see some that are like, different. In February, on February 2nd, 2021, the episode Put Yourself in Mute encourages people to treat life the same way they treat Zoom. You remember that? The big Zoom? From her normal space in the car, she talked about how in the Zoom, you walked in and remember somebody would say something along the lines of, put yourself on mute when you came in, right? Put yourself on mute, put yourself on mute, put yourself on mute. And if they didn't, you would put them on mute. Simple enough, right? So I think what this reminded me of and what she was going for is the reminder that we are in control of those we allow to influence us and inspire us. So guess what? We need to remember that we are responsible for our lives. So as we are remembering that we are responsible for our lives, we also remember number two, listen to the voices of those selected few. At this point, many of us have entered into one of those Zooms and heard that, please mute yourself. And during the meeting, if someone got out of turn or if they were like not allowing the agenda to go forward, the person that was facilitating the meeting would put them on mute. You are the facilitator of the meeting. You are the facilitator of your life. And similar to that person that scheduled the Zoom meeting, you have the power to mute people when they are out of control, out of turn, and all those things. So this is a quick one, right? Just really quick reflection. In your real life, you have the ability to select who you want around you and who you choose to listen to. So choose wisely. Growth requires a level of vulnerability. So we want to be selective about who's around us when we're stepping into the discomfort of growth. Yeah? The work is stifled when there are too many voices all talking at once, or their intentions don't align with your actual intention. So, in the words of the wonderful comedian Michelle Shields, put yourself on mute. Evaluate who you've invited into your life and mute them wherever necessary. And send them, or you could just send them to the waiting room. Remember that? Like, you don't need to get completely out, but you don't need to be here right now. So here's my question. How do you choose the people in your inner circle? And what would it take for them to be put out of your circle? Let me know in the comments below. I hope that you have enjoyed this piece of reflection, this mindful moment, this just pause to kind of think about the life that we want to live and how we're getting there. So for me, these coming on these lives are about me stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm very much an introvert, so coming on and speaking with a bit of a script, like this is taken from my journals, with a bit of a script, is a little out of my comfort zone. But if we want something that we've never done, we have to do something that we've I said that incorrectly. If we want something we've never had, we have to do something that we've never done. So this is my pushing myself out of my comfort zone to do something different. I've been coming on, today is day 17. My goal was to do 13 days of sharing stories, episodes, and reflections of my life thus far. I hope that you've enjoyed this time. If you've liked this video, found it interesting in any kind of way, please like and subscribe, and come back tomorrow around the same time for tomorrow's video. I hope that you have a blessed day, and thank you. Thank you for all of those that are coming in. I really appreciate you. Thank you for spending your time with me, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care.